A few years ago, I started this series, A Victim Bites Back, with my adventure of travelling in my Rolls Royce over to Europe, down through Spain to Morocco, ending up in Marrakesh and then coming all the way back. And it seemed to catch on. A lot of people seemed to enjoy it, so I kept on doing it week after week. It was only planned as a 13-week series to start with. But anyway, I'm off again now, so I'll do the occasional A Victim Bites Back as I and my little car head off to Europe. A nice lunch with DJ Sean Tilley before he heads off to the memorial dinner for Steve Wright, one of my dear friends. He was fascinated by my baseball cap. I explained that when the pandemic was on, I decided I didn't just want to wear an ordinary mask, I'd embellish it with a crown. Went online, bought the crown, which turned out to be far too big for a mask, but absolutely perfect for a baseball cap. So I put it on that and have worn it as such ever since. I tell everybody who asks about it, and believe me, there's quite a lot of people, that the jewels in the baseball cap crown are real diamonds, emeralds, sapphires and rubies, all of which impresses everybody like mad. I also have taken to wearing a couple of nice colourful badges on my nipples, or rather below my nipples. So off in the little car we go for another long journey through Paris, Lyon, all the way down through France, on my way to the south of France and the Riviera, where I shall be spending several weeks, even months, lying in the sun and mainly swimming, which I do for about 5 hours a day, a couple of hours in the morning, an hour at lunch and a couple of hours in the afternoon, relaxing, keeping me fit and keeping me alive while others work, doing things like washing the windows. I've done this journey for about 60 years. My grand tour, it used to be probably June and July. It's now stretched to May, June, July and August. I drive all the way down, and this time it was absolutely fine. Takes me a couple of hours to get to the ferry or now the tunnel. But this time, within about 5 minutes, I saw a plume of black smoke, and sure enough, the car was in a jam, literally 2 minutes away from the turning off to the tunnel, completely blocked off. Finally, when we did actually manage to move, we were stuck for 3 hours. I saw what had caused the problem. A lorry the size of a double-decker bus had caught fire, was completely burned, only the skeleton was left, and had burned all the tarmac on both sides of the motorway. Anyway, I did eventually get into the terminal, where there was obviously a lack of French officials at the passport and entry place, because it was the 1st of May, which is a holiday in France, and instead of 12 French people looking at passports and letting us all in, there were 3. So it took forever to get through the passport, through the customs, onto the train, and then off the train at the other end in little car, where we drove all the way down to Paris for my first night. So it was a bit of a nightmare. The entire journey, which usually takes about 5 or 6 hours, actually took me 12 and a half hours by the time I finally managed to reach my hotel in Paris, the Molitor, a hotel which I love. It's built on the site of the Piscine Molitor. You may have read The Life of Pi or seen the movie. He was named after the Piscine Molitor, which was the municipal swimming pool, and I used to swim in it 60 years ago. It's been converted into a fantastic hotel with 2 pools inside and outside, and all the windows of the rooms look like the doors into the changing rooms in the original piscine. The first time I came here a few years ago, it was snowing in January, and swimming in the heated pool in the snow is fabulous. The next day, up early in my room, cup of coffee and 2 hours swimming before driving to Lyon. There I'm staying in the Riviera Hotel, which is a real find. It's only technically a 4-star hotel, but I really recommend it. It's a converted monastery or convent from, the 13th century, I think, and it's been beautifully converted with a fabulous restaurant that serves Michelin standard food. It's great to swim in. It's got a lovely pool. It's all gorgeous around it. Everything you see has been beautifully renovated. I've stayed there several times. I also stay near Lyon in the Chateau des Bagnoles, which is marvellous, but that wasn't open yet. The season only begins in the second week of May. So I stayed at the Fourvier and was very happy to do so. The staff are great and give me a special secure area to park my Rolls Royce. They know me well. I've stayed here 3 or 4 times now. And it's very close to the cathedral, perched right on the top of a hill overlooking Lyon. If you've never been to Lyon, it's a city I would very much recommend. Quite apart from anything else, it has some of the best food in the world. Some great original chefs come from Lyon. And so the whole city is well worth looking at and very pretty. Anyway, so the Fourvier Hotel, thoroughly recommended. If you want somewhere different to go to, smack in the middle of France, I would suggest you go there. You can see my little hat and a bloody king that I was sipping and enjoying. Even the reception area, which isn't necessarily old-fashioned looking, some rather modern lights for where the keys are kept. Anyway, after Lyon, I head down the next day to the south of France, where I shall be spending a lot of time swimming and some time in my office in Cannes, in the Carlton Hotel, where you can find me writing various assorted chapters for the 3rd volume of my autobiography, After 65 My Life So Far and 75 further fucking years. Number 80 is being prepared here in my office that you can see in Cannes, where I'm scribbling away on my ordinateur and getting myself ready for the volume, which I hope will be out in time for Christmas, indeed in time for my birthday, December this year, when I will be 81. See you next time around. Bye-bye. A Victim Bites Back 2025 Grand Tour.